Friday, 7 January 1944. Dearest Kitty, I'm such an idiot. I forgot that I haven't yet told you the story of my one true love. When I was a little girl, way back in nursery school, I took a liking to Sally Camille. His father was gone, and he and his mother lived with an aunt. One of Sally's cousins was a good-looking, slender, dark-haired boy named Appy, who later turned out to look like a matinee idol and aroused more admiration than the short, comical, chubby Sally. For a long time we went everywhere together, but aside from that, my love was unrequited until Peter crossed my path. I had an absolute crush on him. He liked me too, and we were inseparable for one whole summer. I can still see us walking hand in hand through our neighborhood. Peter in a white cotton suit and me in a short summer dress. At the end of the summer holidays, he moved up a form to the next school while I stayed in the sixth form. He'd collect me on the way home, or I'd pick him up. Peter was the ideal boy, tall, slim, and good looking, with a serious, quiet, and intelligent face. He had dark hair, beautiful brown eyes, ruddy cheeks, and a nicely pointed nose. I was crazy about his smile, which made him look so boyish and mischievous. I'd gone to the country during the summer holidays, and when I came back, Peter was no longer at his old address. He had moved and was living with a much older boy who apparently told him I was just a child because Peter stopped seeing me. I loved him so much that I didn't want to face the truth. I kept clinging to him until the day I finally realized that if I continued to chase after him, people would say I was mad about boys. The years went by. Peter went around with girls his own age and no longer bothered to say hello to me. I started school at the Jewish LIIA2, and several boys in my class were in love with me. I enjoyed it and felt honored by their attentions. But that was all. Later on, Hello had a terrible crush on me. But as I've already told you, I've never fell in love again. There's a saying, time heals all wounds. That's how it was with me. I told myself I'd forgotten Peter and no longer liked him in the least. But my memories of him were so strong that I had to admit to myself that the only reason I no longer liked him was that I was jealous of the other girls. This morning, I realized that nothing has changed. On the contrary, as I've grown older and more mature, my love has grown along with me. I can understand now that Peter thought I was childish, and yet it still hurts to think he'd forgotten me completely. I saw his face so clearly. I knew for certain that no one but Peter could have stuck in my mind that way. I've been in an utter state of confusion today. When Father kissed me this morning, I wanted to shout, "Oh, if only you were Peter!" I've been thinking of him constantly, and all day long I've been repeating to myself, "Oh, Petal, my darling, darling Petal." Where can I find help? I simply have to go on living and praying to God that if we ever get out of here, Peter's path will cross mine and he'll gaze into my eyes, read the love in them, and say, "Oh, Anne, if I'd only known, I'd have come to you long ago." Once, when Father and I were talking about sex, he said I was too young to understand that kind of desire, but I thought I did understand it, and now I'm sure I do. Nothing is as dear to me now as my darling Petal. I saw my face in the mirror and it looked so different. My eyes were clear and deep. My cheeks were rosy, which they hadn't been in weeks. My mouth was much softer. I looked happy, and yet there was something so sad in my expression that the smile immediately faded from my lips. I'm not happy, since I know Petal's not thinking of me. And yet I can still feel his beautiful eyes gazing at me, and his cool, soft cheek against mine. Oh, Petal, Petal, how am I ever going to free myself from your image? Wouldn't anyone who took your place be a poor substitute? I love you with a love so great that it simply couldn't keep growing inside my heart, but had to leap out and reveal itself in all its magnitude. A week ago, even a day ago, if you'd asked me, which of your friends do you think you'd be most likely to marry, I'd have answered, Sally, since he makes me feel good, peaceful and safe. But now I'd cry, Petal, because I love him with all my heart and all my soul. I surrender myself completely, except for that one thing. He may touch my face, but that's as far as it goes. This morning I imagined I was in the front attic with Petal, sitting on the floor by the windows, and after talking for a while, we both began to cry. Moments later, I felt his mouth and his wonderful cheek. Oh, Petal, come to me. Think of me, my dearest Petal.